Hello everybody, my name is Grohlvana and welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion. This is going to be part 37, and in this part we are going to do my favorite quest in the entire game, and all of the DLCs and everything, and it's going to be wonderful, and that's going to be called A Better Mousetrap. I've been given the manual of Xedilian and a strange device called the Attenuator of Judgment by Sheogorath. I've been directed to proceed to Xedilian and to return the place to working order. I should either read the manual or speak to Sheogorath's Chamberlain, Haskell, to familiarize myself with the strange dungeon. Let's speak to Haskell.
The Mad God has given you a task. Surely someone of your copious talent should be able to handle it.
That's the idea. Let's talk about Xedilian, Haskell.
Yes, quite an amazing place, really. Wonderful for relieving one's tension as you watch those troublesome adventurers suffer. No offense. I'd say your next move is to head to Xedilian and get it reactivated.
And that's exactly what we're going to do, but what's the deal with reactivating it?
Yes? Ah, silly me. The book has no pictures. Can't really expect you to read that now, can I?
Nope, out of my level.
To reactivate Xedilian for my lord's pleasure, you'll need to find 3 focus crystals and return them to their resting place. Each crystal has a matching receptacle called a judgment nexus. Even you can't miss them. Without the crystals in place, the resonator of judgment, Xedilian's power source, cannot be restored.
Is it me, or does Haskell seem to be talking down a little to me? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just too dumb. Okay, that seems to have updated our quest here. I've learned that in order to restore Xedilian, I must activate the Resonator of Judgment. To do so, I will need to find 3 focus crystals and place them each in a Judgment Nexus, which will provide the Resonator for attunement. I should proceed to Xedilian now and begin my search. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's follow this quest marker really quickly. This is going to lead us actually into the Dementia section of the Shivering Isles, which we haven't been to yet. And this is the Dementia side, as you can see here. Already can't talk. Okay, this is where Syl actually sits. I believe her name is Syl, and that's the leader of Dementia. And we'll talk to her later. Alright, so we've reached the palace grounds once again. Look how beautiful and amazing it is. It's kind of misty outside, or kind of just gloomy. Okay, let us go now to Xedilian, which, oh, I remember this. It's quite a trek, yeah, and there's nothing, obviously, that's going to be close to it other than the other thing that starts with an X that we passed earlier, Zasalim. Let's go head on over there, and then I will begin the long walk all the way to Xedilian. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that we have found Xedilian. Here we go, and we've got a little guardian, it looks like, another Grummite. But he doesn't realize the power of Sufferthorn, and he's going to suffer at its hands. Goodbye. Where did you go? Whoa, did a little backflip there for flair. Okay, let's get his gold, and let's head on inside. So we need to find us some focus crystals, and then the fun begins. I've entered Xedilian. I should now begin locating the focus crystals that link the Resonator of Judgment with the rest of the dungeon. We've got a green quest marker, which is good, and these switches have been switched out for these, which are, you know, more stylistic and cool in my opinion. And then you've got the opposite, mean version, obviously stressing that the duality between the Mania and Dementia. Okay, so what have we got? Looks like the Grummites have taken over this place, and we're going to sneak past them as much as possible. Not only to make this a little bit quicker, because I want to get them to the meat of this quest, but also to raise our sneak up, because we could use some upgrades in the sneak department, if you ask me. So we're just going to bypass those guys and head on down here. Is that who we want? I don't think so. I think it's even farther. Hopefully we'll be able to take out this guy. A little bit closer. There we go. They did not notice that. We'll grab his arrows and his gold. And there's the madness ore I was talking about in the last episode. So we might want to start stocking up on that as much as possible. Looks like we got a battle on our hands up here. Someone went invisible. There you are. A shaman torturer, huh? Okay. My marksman is being drained. Well, it's a good thing I'm slashing you with a dagger, isn't it? And they carry these crystal staves, which are not unique. They're like each one of these shamans have one, and some fruit here. But here is the Nexus, so that's actually where it's telling us to go to the Nexus, but we still need to find a crystal. Could the crystal staff have the crystal? Yes, indeed. I forgot about that. I've discovered the first of the 3 focus crystals. It was affixed to the top of a Grummite shaman's crystal staff. I think they are using the crystals as a power source for their weapons. Now that I've removed it from the staff, I should place the focus crystal in its Judgment Nexus to continue. And we shall do that. I've placed the first focus crystal into its nexus. I can now continue searching for focus crystals. Alright, and as you can see, the nexus, or the focus crystal is floating right above the nexus. Let's continue on and find our second crystal. We need to start healing up. Let's open this chest and find nothing. Maybe if we were Frodo, we would be happy at the sight of some mithril greaves, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Okay, there's another Gromite. We're just going to pass him slowly, and I see a dead body over there. Who does that belong to? Oh, it's a Gromite. Okay. Maybe they got into a scuffle or something and had to fight amongst themselves. Alright, so you can see the dungeon type has been changed a little bit with the Shivering Isles. It's kind of new architecture, new things like these little plants and statues and things. Let's push this button. Oh! You almost got me. Luckily, I caught my fall a little bit there, and you can see people that weren't so lucky, or Gromites that weren't so lucky, I mean. We can open these urns for various things, such as strong potions of healing. Hopefully this will open without a switch. Yes. We've got 2 more Gromites in here. What's my arrow and bow situation right now? Let's equip the Blizzard Bow and equip some Dwarven arrows. That hopefully should take out both of these because I've only got 2. 1, and oh, how'd you know? And they're still alerted. Okay, we're gonna need to equip those Gromite arrows now. What do you got? Some more Gromite arrows, good. A whole bunch of random poisons. Alright. Who noticed me? It's probably the shaman, I would say. Yeah, there you are. Stop zapping me, you jerk. And die. Okay. The twang of the bow and the scraping of the arrow fletchings are quite familiar to you. As a new journeyman of marksman, your vision focuses in on the target if you hold block with an arrow knocked. And that's cool. So now we've got kind of the, well, it's like a poor man's version of the Skyrim zoom-in feature. It's kind of really choppy, but that's cool. Okay. Let's take his staff and his arrows, and I've discovered the second focus crystal. I should place it in its judgment nexus to continue. And there we go. I've placed the second blah blah blah. We know what that's going to say. And now it looks like we need to go through one more section of this dungeon. Uh-oh. Where are you running, buddy? Gromite beater. Yeah, well, you're not even going to touch him. You're just going to die. And, enter sneak mode again. There's a guy over there in the distance. I see you. Get these arrows back. And, oh, hello. Did not see you, though. Let's use our zoom feature now, which is going to be totally useless. I like it in the Skyrim. I really like it how they implemented it in Skyrim. But as far as this game goes, I don't know. It's kind of weird and awkward. But let's go ahead and use it on this guy. Nice. Alright. Let's go ahead and continue on. Any more Gromites in here I should be aware of? Not that I can see. Looks like that is the door to the next section of this dungeon. The Halls of Judgment. Okay, we've got another one in the distance here. Let's go ahead and dispatch him. Goodbye. And I hear more. There's one. There we go. Didn't see what increased there. I'm pretty sure it's sneak, most likely. Let's keep stacking these madness ores. That's very good. These are flame stalks, right? Yeah. An alchemical ingredient, of course. There is our final judgment nexus. Let's take this a little slow. Make sure we're not blindsided by any Gremites here. And how many do we have? Looks like 2. I'm not sure which one's the head honcho. Probably the one that just used a spell, I'd say. Yep. Gotcha. Let's take his staff, and then let's kill these guys really quickly, and then we'll be able to fix the final whatever focus crystal to the judgment, whatever nexus thing. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, there we go. I've placed the third and final focus crystal into its judgment nexus. The path to the resonator of judgment itself is now clear. My next task should be to attune the resonator by using the attenuator of judgment that Sheogorath provided me. That's not a mouthful at all, is it? Let's get that strong potion of healing, and I believe the hostiles should cease right about now, but I think I might have heard a Gromite pass this door. Yeah, there's one right there. Yeah, there's 2, actually. And that worked out. Alright, oh, another one in the distance over there. I'm glad they're going down with 1 hit of the bow, though. 1 hit of an arrow, I should say. Keep stacking all these Grummite arrows because I need to restock on some arrows, as a couple people said the last episode. Why buy arrows? Yep, I'm very aware of the arrow situation at the moment. Let's open this chest and get some more gold. Let's head on over to that attenuator of judgment, or whatever it's called. All these Grummites. They don't seem to be taking a lot of damage from their own arrows. I guess that makes sense. And goodbye. You fought bravely. Not really, though, because you didn't even get 1 hit in. And you can die as well. But nice try, guys. It was a valiant effort. Okay. One more guy, and that looks to be a shaman, so he's going to get the Suffer Thorn treatment. Yeah, I see you. You think you're invisible? You don't even have 100% chameleon, buddy. It's not going to fool me. There we go. And here's the Resonator of Judgment. Let's go ahead and hit it. You can hear a resonating sound. The Resonator of Judgment has been attuned. I should now make my way back to New Sheoth and report my success to Sheogorath. Okay. There's a chest here. Let's go this way now. And use the teleportation pad to Zedilian.
Finally, Lord Sheogorath has sent someone to assist me. But where are my manners? Must get into my professional tone. Welcome to Zedilian. I'm the dungeon caretaker, Caliban Nerendil.
Tell me about this place, Caliban.
A wonder of engineering, is it not? Zedilian is the ultimate test of mettle for the foolhardy adventurer that dares trespass into the Shivering Isles. What they don't know is that they're being drawn to their doom, courtesy of the Resonator of Judgment.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Ever since that wretched gatekeeper was made, Zedilian became redundant. It fell into disrepair and was eventually all but forgotten. After only a few years passed, the Grummites began moving in. Ghastly things. They mistook the focus crystals for some sort of religious symbols and removed them from their rightful places. This rendered the Resonator inert and Zedilian completely useless. Luckily...
Okay, basically, how this works... he might explain it right here. Enough, how do I get out of here?
Yes, I tend to ramble. You'll have to forgive me.
That's alright.
If you have the attenuator, then Sheogorath must have sent you.
Indeed he did.
Zedilian would normally have sent you back to the entrance when you stepped on the pad in the Resonator chamber. Since you're up here, I can only surmise that adventurers are already entering the dungeon as we speak.
What should I do?
The only thing we can do is let the adventurers complete a cycle through here. I'll be glad to help. I assume Sheogorath gave you the Manual of Zedilian. You can consult it for more information, or I can provide instructions.
Okay, so this is the most fun part about this quest, and my favorite quest in the whole game. Basically what's going on here is adventurers are being drawn to here because of the, the resonating attenuator, whatever. There's like a billion words that go along with that subject. That thing, they're being drawn here, and they have to go through all these rooms and sort of be sorted out to see if they're worthy of entering the Shivering Isles or not. And so
Good to be back in business.
I agree. Let's head here. And as you can see, there are people walking in the distance. Let's talk to, what's your name again? Caliban.
What can I...
Chamber?
I will be happy to describe each chamber and explain the event that unfolds as we proceed through Zedilian.
Right, so, chamber?
This first chamber is the Chamber of the Gnarl. At the touch of a button, you can cause a large group of tiny gnarls to appear and attack the adventurers. Or, If you're feeling merciful, we can have the group terrorized by a seemingly lowly gnarl that instantly grows to twice their size. The hallucinogenic spore gas we release into the chamber will help lull the victims into believing the creature means to kill them. Don't worry, its bark is far worse than its bite.
Okay, so basically, right, we can either kill them all, or we can make them progressively insane, more crazy and insane. And I think making them go crazy is more fun, at least in my opinion. So we have 2 switches here, and I think, I'm not sure which one does what. And I want to use the one that makes them crazier. So does he give any detailed instructions on which one's what? Instructions?
As the adventurers make,
right.
All you need to do is decide.
Right. How do I make the choices?
Simple.
Right.
If they survive.
Okay. But tell me which button is which. That's enough information. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to hope for the best. Did the dialogue? Did they already do the dialogue? They went in there. And they said that, oh, it's just a tiny little gnarl, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we can pick one of these switches here. And I think, I'm going to save just to make sure. But I think the one that we want to hit is the one with the blue tint and not the orange tint. Because the orange one looks maniacal, and that might mean that it's going to kill them. So let's hit this switch, which should, oh, there it says, activate Gnarl Swarm. Whereas this one says Giant Gnarl. So this one will make them crazy. So let's do that.
What in Oblivion is that thing?
This is one of the horrid guardians of which the stories spoke?
Be careful. There may be more to this creature than meets the eye.
What a joke. Let's be rid of this thing and continue on our way.
Are my eyes playing tricks? Or is the creature
By the gods,
growing?
when will it stop? It could devour us
Run
whole.
for your lives!
Get back here, you cowards. Something's not right.
Okay.
All this time it was merely an illusion. How clever.
Wait, what's wrong with Lewin?
It makes no sense. Should be dead. Well, what? Oh,
I think this place got to him. Perhaps we should leave.
No, we'll pick him up on the way out. He must fend for himself.
What's also funny about this is the band of adventurers is obviously very stereotypical. You've got your warrior, your archer, and your mage. The archer, however, went crazy, which is weird how he could go crazy just at the sight of a giant gnarl. But I've unleashed a giant gnarl on the adventurers in Zadelian with the threat of what he perceived as certain death knocking at his door. Lewin the rogue, oh, he's a rogue, sorry, has gone insane. I should make my way to the next observation room and choose how the adventurers will encounter their next obstacle. Okay, so Lewin's gonna remain here absolutely insane. We're gonna go to the next room.
What can I... You're doing quite well so
There we go. Let's go through here and explain to me what's going to happen in here, buddy.
The second chamber of Zadelium is the Chamber of Avarice. The adventurers will have to overcome their feelings of greed as they set their eyes upon the huge piles of treasure locked behind that gate. You may choose to spring a fire trap and cause them great harm as they stand before the gate. Or you can fill the chamber with hundreds of keys and watch them frantically search for the correct one. Always a crowd pleaser.
And that's the one I'm going to pick. We're going to drop a buttload of keys and just make one of them hopefully go insane, or both. As you can see there, there's the cage with all of the treasure.
Treasure. Let's have at it, Sindelius.
Let's see what they do. We can also spring a fire trap from those hunger statues that will kill one or both. I'm not sure. I think it's one. And now we can choose. So this one is going to drop keys, and this one is going to fire trap.
Wizard it open?
Can't you just wizard it open? Enjoy the keys, friends.
The cage is locked.
Gromok, be careful. This looks too good to be true.
If only Lewin were here, he could get us through this in no time.
We'll have to fend for ourselves. Do you think you can pry the door open?
Forget it. This is obviously a trick. Let's get out of here.
To be so close, and yet so far. If only we had the key. Wait. Do hear something. Look, keys. One of them must open the gate. We're rich.
Let's get out of here, Sindelius. This is obviously a trick to waste our time.
I'll know it when I see it. Yes, it must be here.
They're all fake. Just come with me now.
Find it. Yes, I must find the key. Rich beyond all my dreams.
Suit yourself.
I've caused Sindelius the Mage to go insane by pouring hundreds of keys on the ground, which convinced him that one of them opened the gate to the huge treasure pile. All that remains now is the leader of the group, Grohlvana. I should make my way to the last observation room and choose how the stubborn orc will encounter his final obstacle. So there we go. Another one bites the dust, and Sindelius is now insane as well.
Keys fit the lock.
And Caliban has informed me that absolutely none of those keys fits the lock. And even if they did, is that treasure real? Who knows? Okay, let's inquire about this chamber.
I see, Lord. Now,
chamber.
the third chamber of the Zedillion is the Chamber of Anathema. Its contents are designed to make sure it's the final encounter. The adventurers will be subject to horrors beyond their imagination. Visions of repugnance, death, and malevolence reside in this room. If you wish to bring ruin to your victims, you may choose to animate some of the corpses and watch as they satiate their hunger. Or we can create the illusion of the adventurer's dying and his spirit rising from his corpse. Good fun to be had for all. Then, just as suddenly as we kill him, we revive the adventurer. There are few minds that can stand this type of torture.
Okay, and I'm gonna switch it up on this one. Usually I do the I do the ghost thing where they go insane.
What more could this place possibly throw at you?
What more could this place possibly throw at you, huh? Well, we have Raise the Dead and also the Ghost Illusion.
They'll be held
I feel a little bit like a Jigsaw right now from the Saw movies. Okay, we're actually gonna raise the dead and have this guy die.
Dead rise, strike me, will you?
Look at all those zombies. Can he fend them off? Who knows? He does seem to have a good...
Now
Oh, well...
it's my turn.
I've caused the death of the remaining orc adventurer Grohlvana by animating the zombies in the final room of Zedillion. Now that all of the adventurers have been dealt with, I should speak to Caliban. And I wonder what's going to happen to those zombies. Oh, well, that answers that too. Okay. Caliban.
You've made short work of the intruders. Sheogorath should be proud to have such an efficient apprentice. Now, if you'll step on the last teleporter pad, I will meet you in the reception chamber so we can recover your earnings.
Alright, our earnings. So we get a present too. Not sure where this stuff leads to. I've never even... What in the world? I've never even explored this. This must be Caliban's little sleeping quarters, I guess. What do you have in here, Caliban? I've never even been in here before. It's still illegal to grab all this stuff. Let's read this. It's just regular parchment. I guess he's got nothing. Okay. Never seen that before, though. That's cool. Let's go get our earnings and our rewards, shall we?
As is the tradition, you are to be awarded a focus crystal as a token of your fine work. I'll have it sent to the palace and placed in the main hall if you wish to take a look at it.
You spoke of earnings?
Oh yes, of course. It seems a most unusual weapon was recovered from the orc warrior, Gramok. Never seen anything like it, but perhaps his journal can give you some useful information. Beyond that, take whatever else you need from the recovery chest. You've earned it. You're free to go at any time, of course, just up that hallway. Good luck to you.
Okay, thanks for being such a great help and helping me make these people insane and ending their lives, Caliban. You've been a wonder. Okay, why can't I move? I am over encumbered. Son of a bitch. What are we going to drop? Let's see. Don't need an extra pair of we don't need an extra archmage robe. Need those boots, need all this stuff pretty much. gonna go ahead and drop that. We still need to drop 7 units really quickly. Gonna drop that. You gotta give me something I can drop that weighs a lot. Let's see. Drop all this alchemy stuff because I don't really need it. I don't know why I picked it up to begin with. Vampire dust. Yeah. Oh my god. What? Alright, I had to drop my blizzard bow, but we did get the Dustfang, which is another awesome thing about this quest. You get this really cool looking weapon. As you can see there, blade one hand, nourish blade on strike, which means it recharges itself, and also frost damage 7 points on strike. And that may not sound like that incredible of an enchantment, and there you go, it looks incredibly unique as well. But this thing changes to Dawnfang at dawn, obviously, and if you can kill a certain amount of people, we'll read, shall we? Let's read the journal really quickly of Grohlvana here, just to know more about this weapon here. Let's see how long it is really quickly. Oh, it's pretty long. Oh my god, that's really long. Basically, the more people you kill with this, I think it's like if you kill 7 things with it, it charges into a better version, and then it resets at dawn and dusk into its other version, and then you can do it all over again. But basically, it never runs out of charge, and that's really cool. So I'm gonna have to leave all that stuff behind. Let's look inside the recovery chest. Talisman of a Batman, huh? Okay, weak push and healing, no. Gold, lockpick, and we'll leave the rest of that. So we are done here. What in the world? Okay, a spike just came out of the ground. And it seems here, we are gonna get a chance to use our new Dawnfang or Dustfang. As you can see in the top left there, it says Dustfang has extinguished 1 life. And it sort of keeps a count of how many people you kill with this. There we go, we've got 2, and I think it is like 7 before it changes. Before exiting Zedilian, I was attacked by 3 unusual beings in equally strange armor. I should ask Caliban if he knows anything about them. And they seem to be called Knights of Order, and they drop Hearts of Order, which have Jiggalag's favor. Not sure what that means at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to find out later. Alright, let's go back to Caliban and inquire about these guys.
That was quite a battle. I hope you are uninjured.
What were those beings?
You've not heard the legends? How could that be? Those beings, as you call them, aren't beings at all. They are the soulless abominations known as the Knights of Order. Their attraction to the resonator isn't surprising. It was built from one of the obelisks that dot the isles they seem to have an affinity for. You must proceed to Sher Gorath at once and tell him the knights have returned. Quickly now, go!
Okay, so what's the enemy of madness? That would be Order, and as you can tell, these guys have a much more bland look than all the other Shivering Isles inhabitants. So now our goal is to go back to Sher Gorath here and tell him of these the arrival of the Heart of Order, the Knights of Order, I mean. And we are going to do that in the next episode and continue on in the main quest of the Shivering Isles. As you can see there, that's why I love that quest so much, and we've been given pretty much my favorite weapon, I'd probably say, in this whole game. I just love this. Even though it doesn't have that great of an enchantment, the fact that it recharges itself and also how cool it looks, I just love it. And especially when you get Dawnfang and Dustfang Superior. Thanks for watching this episode. God, this episode, I'm not able to talk this whole entire episode. I should just call this, I don't know, speech impediment as the title of this episode. Anyways, thanks for watching. My name's Grohlvana. Have a great day. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed watching that video. If you did, please consider leaving a like. Also, if you'd like to subscribe and or watch a video that's probably going to be related to the one that you just watched, you can click the annotations on the screen. Finally, if you want to help me grow my channel, you can also share this video on Facebook and Twitter by clicking share below the video. Regardless, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.